Welcome back to the 1009 podcast. We got the boys. Sorry, was that a little much for you
Oh,
there?
you're out, brother.
Hey,
Welcome back to the
shit
1009
down.
podcast. Can everyone hear this?
hey, I'm just making sure you're alive and awake.
You're enthusiastic. We put out 2 pods last week. That's how much we care for our listeners. You 9 that listened to last week. How about you guys?
Yeah, we're trying to get back on our regularly scheduled programming, especially after a weekend full of football. But ton to talk about. Before that, but how's your weekend, boys?
One word.
I don't
football.
care
That
about
was it.
anyone's weekend. Let's get into it. There was too much football to talk about this little basic stuff. About,
Hey.
oh my god, like I saw my girlfriend. Whatever. Let's go.
My weekend fully involved what we're about to talk
Yeah,
about.
Yeah,
all
me
I did was football.
That's all I did.
No,
Hey,
that was-
I'm just double checking. I'm testing you.
Braves suck. And Kenley
Who?
Jansen
No.
can die.
Kenley
Who?
Jansen
Kenley
sucks.
Jansen
The
can
Braves
go
are
die.
fine.
I don't want to lead off on week 1 of NFL with MLB talk, but Kenley Jansen can go
Has lost
die.
it.
Did you
I mean-
guys see that video of the Miami Dolphins parking lot fire?
Was that a live ad for the Mayhem guy?
Hey, whoa.
Could have been.
I
That's gonna
mean,
be an Allstate commercial for sure.
yeah.
I give it 2 weeks. That's an Allstate commercial. Shot literally at the scene of what that was. Yeah.
I think no, it's already been a Allstate commercial.
6
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
cars
saying.
being,
It was a
like,
live.
Yeah,
it was
there's already been an Allstate commercial where
Yeah.
it's like you left
Oh,
your
really?
grill on in your
Yeah.
car and it like torched everything. Yeah, it's
They
like
just
a
hate-
real thing.
Let's see how well our insurance worked.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So,
Shout out them.
lesson learned: don't leave your girl on fire when you go into a game.
Lesson learned: don't bet on the Cowboys.
I did
Or-
not.
Or pick against Justin Herbert, as
Who's
you
that?
two learned.
Didn't I?
Because Derek Carr is still not good at football. So
Hey, whoa,
congrats
whoa.
on that.
One game. You can't judge week 1.
Stafford threw 3 picks, got flamed. Derek Carr threw 3 picks and gets a pass. That's
Joe
just
Burrow,
makes no
too.
sense to me. Well, Joe Burrow threw 7, so that's different.
4. Get your 4. Okay, Joey V, my guy. Threw
Got
4,
swept under the rug though.
5 turnovers. Yeah.
Well, they
'cause
should have
his
won the
team was
game
positioned to
still,
win,
which
yeah.
is mind blowing.
Dude, how-
Was that the
how mind-blowing
loudest?
is- What?
Was that the loudest upright hit on a field goal?
Yeah, 100%.
I think they
How-
mic'd up
how
the goalpost.
embarrassing is it for Mitch Trubisky and the Steelers? You had +5, or I don't know, it might have been +4.
It was
Whatever.
4 or 5.
You had 5 turnovers, and you had to go to overtime, and you should have lost.
7 of the points came off a turnover.
Right.
Got a pick 6.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
so they scored 13 points barely off turnover, like 7. I don't know, whatever.
16.
Whatever the
Whatever
math
it
is.
Is how bad is Kenny Pickett that he's not getting a shot?
Small hands. Don't play.
Well, there's that.
All hands, yeah. It was,
If Mitch is separating himself as high and away the best quarterback in that room, then yeah, there might be a problem with the rookie.
Mitch has never lost to an AFC team or AFC whatever division they're in.
North, yeah.
Yeah, he's never lost to an AFC North team.
lie.
I mean,
So
But the lie.
that might not be a big
Mitch-
sample size, but
No, I'm
Hey.
sure it's like 3.
that's 3 up. That's 3 more than others.
That's probably his 5th. That's probably his 5th. Because the Bears probably had the AFC North like
he might not start all those though.
he started since he came in the league.
Yeah, he was straight up. Because he got drafted over Mahomes and
No,
another
no,
guy.
But they that same offseason they brought in Mike Glennon, and I think he might have
Yeah.
started for like 3 games.
oh yeah, the
Glennon
large,
started this season. Yeah.
Mr. Large Neck. That dude's probably got the longest neck in history.
Easily. All-time Hard Knocks moment.
Davis Mills.
That's true. Mills Mafia. So yeah,
So, yeah,
football.
That was a little. Get into it though, boys.
But
Want to stop with college football?
I mean, that's what we got dealt with first, and boy, was it a weekend or day.
Yeah, I mean, literally all day Saturday. We saw 2 top 10 teams lose at home to almost 3 TD underdogs.
So let's talk about this. What's the bigger upset, Marshall over Notre Dame or App State over Texas A&M?
Marshall,
I think Marshall.
Yeah, probably Marshall.
because we knew what App State was capable of. I mean,
60 points against
yeah.
an ACC school, which
It-
is not
okay,
A&M. But I mean, Jimbo
okay.
even said it leading up to the game. They're a really young team playing fourth, fifth, and sixth years, led by, I mean, Chase Bryce, the quarterback in year 6, and they went in there and won ugly. Which, if you're a freshman or a sophomore, or even a redshirt sophomore, you may not have had to do at A&M.
Is
So,
an upset win ever an ugly win?
well, no, but it was 20 to
No.
17.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
No, okay. It could be an ugly game, but it's not an ugly
Right.
win.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, good call there.
Yeah.
Like Alabama had an ugly win,
That was, yeah.
Yeah, right.
so slightly difference.
If you're a huge underdog, ugly wins not. Like that's
Ugly
actually
win.
how underdogs normally win. Is like an ugly game.
Yeah. Ugly win, pretty loss.
What's crazy is Texas was a bigger underdog than Marshall and App State.
Pretty loss. That was a pretty loss. They got them ranked.
Pretty loss. Yeah, pretty loss.
Yeah, they're now 21st in the AP poll, which we'll get to because it sucks again, in my opinion. But
Okay, all right. So this needs to be said. Would you rather have an ugly win or a pretty loss?
well, if you're in the
Texas
SEC,
moved up,
every
like,
loss is
30
pretty.
Yeah.
spots.
So
Texas got ranked from that.
Yeah.
They're like 21st now.
Do we need to make that a stat? Like, can we patent that? Like ugly wins versus pretty losses?
I mean, it's quality loss in SEC country.
We
We
change
see it
that
every
pretty-
year.
Dude, if Texas wins that game, they're in like the top 10.
Yeah.
We saw
'Cause-
Florida beat Utah and went from unranked to 12. So
Yeah,
absolutely,
exactly.
Utah's not even that good.
they beat somebody 73-7. But yeah, that shows us
I
nothing.
wish we could score 70.
I wish we could score
How
40.
many quarters against the same opponent? Okay, all right. Little college football here before we get into it. Hot seat, the Clemson Tigers this week.
La Tech?
Whatever the line is, take La Tech.
I
don't know
never
what it is.
touch a spread for us. I mean, we covered
No.
Georgia Tech, but like, even when we were there, we're never good with covering the spread or
Especially
touching.
in 2016.
Yeah.
I mean, you kidding me?
You want to
Yeah.
have the line on that game?
I don't know.
Next week, hold on. 34.
Oh, I'm taking La Tech. What's the over? What's the over under?
Probably 56-ish.
I'm taking the over.
54 and a half.
I'm taking the over, and I'm taking La Tech. Heard it here, folks. That's my lock of the week.
That was my usual strategy. Is if I thought Clemson was going to not play good, I'd just take the over because that means the defense gave up more than 10 points.
Actually, our offense can't score.
Yep.
Well,
So,
that was back in the 40-point days. So, yeah.
Yeah.
do we want to get into that game, or are we?
You know what? Let's get into it a little bit. We talked about
Yeah.
the upset.
Bad that we have to because it's Furman and we paid them to
Do you-
come get murdered and it just didn't happen.
Do you think it had to do with playing Monday? Any of it?
No.
It's Furman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
We should be able to play Furman on like
Yeah.
6 hours notice and beat them 44-3.
Played Monday, and then-
we could play the previous. We could play Furman at 8 p.m. after playing Alabama at noon.
Yeah.
And this is Furman's first game, and we should beat them by 40.
I mean, if we had played Furman Monday, Georgia Tech Saturday, maybe. But no. With who the opponent was, I don't think that
There's
we
too
can
much.
lean
There's
on
too much
that.
nutrition difference. There's too much strength and conditioning difference. Like there's too much recovery difference. Like there's too many
Yeah.
program resources that we have that Furman doesn't.
Furman does
Yeah.
not have Paul, so I don't think we need to worry about any of that, especially with Furman. We've got all that covered.
It was just an ugly defensive game, and then second half was just terrible.
That fourth quarter was unwatchable.
The problem is here's my problem. The first half I was like DJ's playing well enough for us to go undefeated. Second half, I was like we're gonna lose 4 games.
Something about these second halves in these type games. I mean, I mentioned
yeah,
we were texting back and forth. We played Citadel a couple years ago, didn't score in the second half at all.
we never do. It's just like we get to the
Yeah,
halftime, and it's just
but-
like meh.
Yeah, but I specifically remember a conversation I had with somebody. When we were good and could put up points, they're like, oh yeah, we ran 6 plays today.
Yeah.
We ran 6
Right. It's like the
plays.
Beanie Bowl cut in
And they
half.
were
Yeah.
like 4 verts and like halfback dive and like read option, like the most basic stuff. And we
A screen
would
that
win
worked.
70 to
Yeah.
12. And now it's like, okay, we have to pull out like our most insane concepts to even remotely sniff 40.
And they don't work.
No.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say this, but I'm going to. I'm reasonably certain I could coordinate Clemson's offense better than it is right now.
Yeah. I mean,
Similar
I don't
opponent.
I don't
yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Okay, here's what I don't understand. Can't tell. All of these like insane, and here I'm gonna contradict myself with these. All of these like insane like mesh and like flood and like all these different concepts that like run people past each other and like routes that go off of each other. Why we are like, yeah, we're gonna run a slants and like goes with receivers that can't get separation because our wide receivers are terrible and they can't win balls. Okay, and then. But I know the answers because like a lot of those mesh concepts have to take time, and our offensive line is
it's
awful.
terrible.
Yeah.
It is. They couldn't block Furman.
You need a clean pocket to really open things up. So I would
Same-
think that might be the issue.
Well, that's like we were talking about it when Cade came in. He
Cade was
didn't
like Cade when Cade came in, he was like
screw it. I'm not staying in here.
yeah, he's like
Yeah.
Ball
somebody,
gone.
Yeah, there's somebody 4 yards in the backfield once the ball is snapped. That's how he plays offense.
Right. He was 1.5 reads in, was like, all right, there's a 300-pound defensive lineman right here. I'm
But-
going to get stiff.
And looking back to the Georgia Tech game, that's kind of how he was too. He get the ball and would quickly get out of the pocket.
Yeah, but he just happened to make throws that.
Right.
Yeah.
But to be fair, how many reps did he get in with the one?
Single digits.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Yeah, maybe a couple drives. Like so.
Which is why these games are scheduled where they are. I mean, this is you can throw Georgia Tech in there too. I mean, pretty easy first 3 weeks, but
Who do we have next
La Tech, Louisiana Tech, and then Wake Forest.
Yeah, we're gonna lose Wake Forest. I'm calling it now.
they went up to Vandy and beat the hell out of
damn.
Vanderbilt.
Well, consider the source.
How can Wake Forest have a good enough offensive line to do that like insanely late?
Yeah. Mesh
what-
point or
Yeah, the mesh,
read.
whatever they call it, like the mesh
Draw,
the
yeah.
read option, the really late read option, where they'll pull it like after 3 seconds.
I think thing is though, our senior year when they had that, it just did not work at all. Granted, it's because we had
No, yeah.
the best
I
front
wonder
seven.
why. Yeah.
We had a 6'7" freak coming down the hill, however tall Isaiah was.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I saw somebody try to run that, and it didn't work. Like, I think that offense, like, college football still hasn't caught up. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just like when they do that, all they have over the middle of the field is a slant. Like they don't have anything going deep.
That's more than we have now.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah.
We
have
need to-
nobody.
We
don't
need to
have time
ditch.
to look for a deep
We're
route.
having DJ.
Honestly.
We're having DJ throw 7-yard out routes to the wide side of the field.
We need to ditch the damn screens because when was the last time that worked?
Nah,
It's not going to work in 2 weeks. I guarantee you that.
I'm not with ditching the screen.
The tunnel screen?
Probably do
I
shovel passing that. At this
I haven't
point.
seen that.
Bailey, what would you rather us run?
The better offense.
Well,
Every
you need
offense
that in
runs
a good
screens.
offense. Yeah.
Whatever happened to the pop pass? That
Screens
got
are-
us. That got us places.
Oh, you talking about the play action with the tight end going on the seam?
No, I'm talking about the here catch. Like
Oh, they
Heck.
kind of caught up to that.
I mean, that got us places. Bring it back.
What I want to see more is the play action off the run game, pull it, tight end going down the middle.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, our offensive line isn't that good, and there is basically no threat for a run. So defense will have like 5 guys in the box. Be like, throw it, and we'll be like, we can't, and everyone's like, okay.
then they're gonna be like, run it, and you're like, okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, I think we talked about Clemson.
So
Yeah.
that's about all you can say for that game. It's over. On to the next one.
Whatever.
Um,
Clemson Tigers suck. We're gonna go.
I mean, we touched on Alabama earlier. That game was
Yeah. Talk about a stripe show. Good Lord.
That was Bryce Young's Heisman moment.
Beating Hudson Card limping around. I
Did
don't
you
know
see
about that.
play?
yeah.
I mean, was him beating
was
Auburn
awesome.
in a similar fashion his Heisman moment last year? I don't know if it necessarily was.
He was just so much better than
So the way
Losing to A&M? I don't know. Whatever.
so after the first 2 weeks, I mean, do we think it's going to be Stroud or Young?
DJ Williams.
I'm just
Mm.
put Chase Bryce in New York, you cowards. That's what I think.
Yeah. But
Wait. Yeah. No, it's not. His name's not CJ.
Caleb.
Caleb Williams. Who the hell's CJ?
C.J. Stroud,
Yeah, Stroud.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. Through 2 weeks of the season.
That was the least scary trap game I think I've ever watched in my
Yep.
life.
Yep. I fully thought Stanford was going to win that.
Yeah.
Or at least
I mean,
keep it close or cover.
you glance at it, it's 41-28 Trojans, but that was Stanford winning the fourth quarter 14-zip.
Right.
With the
It
game
wasn't
well
that
out of
close.
reach.
It wasn't that close.
I mean, it was 35-14 at halftime, and it seemed like
Caleb wins that-
USC
Caleb
just
wins that
decided
4
to score.
touchdowns in the first half.
Turns out throwing the ball deep to Jordan Addison kind of works.
It is
I think a
good call.
75-yard TD in there somewhere. It
They
was
think
just
throwing
unbelievable.
the ball to the best receiver in the nation is a good call.
Yeah.
Funny how that works.
Unfortunately.
They scored on every first half drive except for the last minute of the first half.
They clicking.
Right. Second half, not nearly as much, but they did need it because they had 40 and a half.
I don't care. We suck. Everyone sucks. No one's going to win.
So yeah, like you said, at least. Oh crap! I lost my words. The worst trap game
Right.
ever.
The whole trap
Yeah.
game narrative fell apart in like, call it half a quarter maybe. And you're like, okay.
Freaking, they got Troy Polamalu reincarnated on defense again.
He was flying around all day.
Yeah.
He might not have played all day, but when he was in, you knew it. They were calling his name.
I don't even know who that dude is, but the hair stands out. Old Rocky Top. Big win.
Very ableist performance beating a crippled backup QB, but that's probably the biggest win in 5 years, so congrats to them.
Here's all I'll say. A win is a win. That
Yeah.
game, it's better to have an ugly win than a bad loss. Or than a pretty it would have been an ugly.
If
I mean,
it's
it was
ranked, if it's two ranked teams, is it ugly or is it just a win?
It's a true road game to give them credit.
So that's
what
a
they
good
deserve.
win.
It
Yeah.
was not a true road game if you would have. It was like 40% Tennessee.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
lot
okay.
of march.
The stadium was designated to the other team. They weren't in Heinz, which, we'll get to the Chargers later, but that's the experience I have every week. So
That's okay. So did the defending Super.
But yeah, I said in the Slate show, and I think on our show last week, if Hendon Hooker's the best player in the game, Tennessee wins. It happened. They won. I didn't even envision overtime. I'll say that. But
They just I don't know. The offense wasn't well. There's a lot of sloppiness. Honestly, yeah, I think if Slovis plays the second half, then.
Yeah, it's a little different.
yeah, I mean,
But he
similar,
didn't.
right? Just like Ewers didn't play beyond like a quarter and a half. I mean, he had 130 yards in the brief time he was in there. He's out a month now.
Speaking of
But,
Texas again, I think that you cannot do anything with Texas's current ranking until if they lose the next 3 games.
Yeah,
They'll be ranked.
their offense obviously faltered when Ewers went out.
Ewers
Right, I mean-
may be the greatest quarterback.
Because that boy was flinging it.
It was just, I mean, you play fearless and you have that much talent, something like that can happen. And I think if he plays 4 more quarters or the full 4 quarters, then we're talking a very different
1.5.
type of recap.
Yeah.
And Hudson Card, to his credit, did what he could.
like
He was also
shit.
banged up.
No, he only played one. No, it was like one in a minute or two. I don't know. Anyway.
Thanks, Big B.
Math.
Yeah. So another backup QB that came in, did what he could, but unfortunately, that was a much closer game. But yeah, once again, Bryce Young get left with too much time, gets a field goal, just like we saw in Auburn last year, after pretty similar dormant Bama offense through 3 3/4 of the
Their
game.
downfall.
They have no wide receivers.
Texas's downfall was when they celebrated that field goal with half left.
Yeah.
Like if they won the Super Bowl and Bryce Young was on the sidelines.
He's like, all right,
That
cool.
defense, had nothing else to go out there, and it showed.
Alabama's the whiteouts.
Suck.
Yeah.
To be
Might
fair,
be worse than
I
ours.
mean, it's easy to officiate college football with still oranges, but there was a pretty bad hold on that Bryce Young escape out of the
Oh,
pocket,
yeah.
that scamper.
You got to make that tackle though.
Oh man, yeah, absolutely. I know
Fair.
it's a mobile QB in the open field, but that also changes that play completely. But yeah, I think some justified gripes from Longhorns and the officials, but you're playing Saban, you can't count on the refs ever. So
Yeah, whatever.
That was just a weird game.
I have a hot take. I kind of like Alabama winning.
Winning it all?
No, not winning it all. I like Alabama being good. Like I like USC being good. I like Texas being good. I
Oh,
like
yeah.
Ohio State being good. I like Georgia being good. Which Miami was good.
we can stick in the SEC. Will Levis goes down to Gainesville in the Swamp, beats number.
Oh wait, no, it's Florida State.
Oh,
They didn't play. They didn't play.
State.
They were off?
Yeah, they had a bye.
Oh, they play week
Yeah.
0, so they get 2 buys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mentioned last week Florida at 12 is ridiculous, and they proved me right because they got beat at home.
Yes, every hyper reaction with like quote unquote correction with teams in the top 25, like it's gonna go poorly.
Yeah.
Right, and we had
When's the last time you saw like ranked to number 12 and be like, you know what, that's gonna sustain. That's gonna be good. We may have been a little too quick to pull, give Gun Girl the Heisman. That might have been a tad quick.
yeah.
Yeah, that kind of faltered. I think he had like 100-something passing yards.
It
So
was terrible.
yeah.
Pick six, just horrible. And another pick, a great one-handed catch. But yeah, Kentucky, one of 3 teams to move up 9 spots in the AP poll. Y'all try and guess the other 2 real quick.
The other 2?
Yeah.
We're not including, or Texas was unranked.
Yeah. Unranked to ranked does not count.
Tennessee.
Are you talking about this week?
Tennessee's
Yes, that's one.
So there's Florida. It was Tennessee. Who was the other one that you just said?
Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky, and then one other person jumped.
Yeah.
9
I mean,
spots.
it had to have been somebody. It had to have been somebody in our text. Probably.
You're gonna say it, and I'm gonna realize it. I'm trying to look at the
You
AP.
might have missed this game. I'll make it.
Don't look at the thing. It's like Arizona.
No, God, they lost, didn't they?
Did
Yeah.
they? I don't know.
Mississippi State handled them.
God. I don't know.
Just say it.
The BYU Cougar Slayers.
Oh,
They moved up 9.
Yeah.
Jesus.
21 to 12 after their win over Baylor very, very, very early Sunday morning.
The AP is drunk.
That's what I'm trying to get across here. Just quick, Kentucky from 20 to 11, Vols up to 15 for number 22.
I tell you
after their win.
that is not going to look good.
I mean, I think they're trying to set up that Tennessee-Florida matchup towards the end of the month.
Is Florida ranked anymore?
Yeah.
24.
They're still in. I know they are.
Well, Notre Dame completely
Florida
dropped
fell
out.
6 spots. They're
Notre
18th
Dame's
now.
out.
Yeah.
Notre Dame's out. Yeah.
I mean, that's insane. That's
Yeah.
insane.
The Giant Slayers we mentioned earlier, Marshall at 26, App State at 28 in the AP.
Marshall is over App State.
I had the same reaction. Yeah, Penn State jumps in
Marshall's
at 22.
26. We just skipped over that completely. Marshall, the Thundering Herd, are 26 in the nation.
Yeah.
I think they were good last year, though.
It's
They were a 10-win team
Marshall.
recently, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, App State going to get game day next week in Boone, North Carolina. That's going to be electric.
But not on national television.
Yeah, ESPN is just.
By the way, Marshall national television is not ESPN.
I mean, I think ABC and ESPN simulcast is going to be Ole Miss Georgia Tech at 3:30 on Saturday. Like, who in the hell wants to watch that?
I take it back. Marshall was terrible last year. They were 7-6.
I mean, that might be when we're Notre Dame's headed. So.
Yeah, that game in November is not looking great. Like,
No. We might not even be on NBC for that game. They're going to throw us on some
ACC network.
other
They
channel.
throw us on Peacock.
Peacock Plus.
No, I'm not kidding. I was looking at Notre
They'll
Dame.
pay you
schedule.
to watch that game. Yeah.
No, I was looking at Notre Dame's football schedule today. I think they play like Western Kentucky or something, and it is literally on Peacock.
That's
Oh,
that is
wait,
a testament
did
to
you
their
guys see
fan
that?
base.
Did you guys see that the Notre Dame quarterback's out for the season?
Yeah, AC joint sprain. He will be There's some concern when he was not on the weekly depth chart, and then that came out a little bit later, I believe, that he
So,
going to be out.
what's their record going to be when they come to play us?
I'm looking at it. I'm pulling up their schedule right now.
They got North Carolina in 2 weeks.
All right, so California, I'm gonna give them a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at Notre
They
Dame.
don't beat Cal. Marcus Freeman goes the way of
Yeah.
Scott Frost.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna give North Carolina a loss. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
at
1-3.
Chapel Hill.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 1-3. I'm gonna go BYU's a loss, 1-4. I'm gonna go Stanford's a loss, 1-5.
Where's the
so
Stanford
the
game?
game versus UNLV.
Notre Dame.
That's the game that's on Peacock. Only
No.
Peacock.
Okay. Well,
So that I'm gonna go 2-1, 2, 3, 5. I'm gonna go 2-5 after UNLV, and I'll give them a win versus Syracuse.
I think they're 4-4 or better.
I'll put that at. They might. I'll give them a losing record.
3-5.
I'll give them 4.
3-6. Clemson.
Not 5. I'll give them 4.
4-6 Navy. I'm gonna say they'll finish the season 5-7.
Yeah,
They-
no.
Not making
I'm
them.
gonna say 5-7.
If they don't make a bowl game,
5-7.
They go to
Wow.
Southern Cal for the last game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
right? There's losses built in. I think BYU is also on the road potentially.
Well, when you start off
BYU
0-2,
is in Las Vegas at the Raiders Stadium.
Okay, so neutral, but a
what?
lot further for them.
Yeah.
Um,
2022 Shamrock Series, baby.
The Mormons versus the Catholics. That's going to be interesting.
yeah. I didn't catch the end of this game. We just mentioned BYU, but thoughts? I mean, did either one of you guys
Nope.
make it to 2:45 or whenever that game ended in the morning?
I did. I mean, I saw the highlights on Twitter.
I was asleep by 10:30.
There were some pretty bad. There were some. I was
There's
awake. I wasn't actively
Terrible
watching the game.
kicking.
Yeah, terrible kicking. And that's really all you have to say. Like that was just a game.
Right. I think that is an ugly win.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an ugly win. Yeah, but that's not ugly win versus pretty loss. That's just.
No,
ugly.
it's not. You can't
Yeah.
come out of that with a pretty loss. I don't
Right.
think.
Like,
I mean,
where's Baylor at now in the 25?
They draw. They're
Baylor
12, 13, 14, 15.
We're like 9th.
They were 9.
They were 9th, right?
They
I don't
got
have
like
it written
16.
down. Ended up.
I mean, if BYU jumped to 12, like Baylor should be like.
But the math. Notre Dame dropped below them.
Yeah. Let's see. Baylor is 17, down 8 spots,
I'm
just
okay.
above number 18 Florida. So a little pocket of disappointing teams there.
Did
This-
I pick Baylor for the? No, I picked Oklahoma State.
You did.
This year's already on some stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we saw a lot of top 10 upsets during the COVID year with all the uncertainty and just different factors there. But I mean, 2 in week 2, both laying almost 3 TDs.
You can probably go 3 with Nebraska losing to Georgia Southern.
That's another
No.
check game. Yeah. 1.4 million to lose.
check, yeah. I mean,
Get your
honestly,
coach
like,
fired.
I thought we all thought Georgia Southern was going to win.
I mean, I love how Nebraska tried to like throw it in there during the first game of
Yeah.
the first week of
1:15
NFL.
Eastern on Sunday. Oh, by the way, we're
It's
not
like,
waiting
hey-
2 weeks for $7 million. We want them gone today.
That means a booster came up with a.
Shout out Trev out. I don't know. I don't think Nebraska has any major boosters.
I bet they do after what they did early. Like
Like there's no like Texas A&M oil money or Texas
No.
oil money.
they got corn money.
no-
Come on now.
There's no Yellowwood or like a Tim Cook. For,
It's corn.
for Auburn. Like
Yeah.
Who
So I mean,
knows?
the embarrassment for Nebraska under Scott Frost continues. They lose. I said they gave
Johnny Carson went to Nebraska. Don't know who that is.
what? You know who Johnny Carson is?
I don't know people.
They gave
Is it
Georgia
Pete?
Southern $1.4 million to show up and took the loss. They gave up like 600 something yards of offense, I believe.
Warren Buffett went to Nebraska.
No, he didn't.
I'm
He
looking.
lives in Nebraska. He did not
You-
go to Nebraska.
Notable alumni of University of Nebraska.
Yeah,
Not the
he went-
honorary though.
Yeah, I think he went.
Bachelor
there,
of
like,
Science in Business Administration.
I don't think
Oh,
he
never
like.
mind.
I don't think he graduated from
Tyronn Lue. I bet he paid it out. Oh, fucking Larry the Cable Guy. There we go. He paid the buyout.
there. Yes. Yes.
I could see him doing that.
He absolutely did that.
The Scott Frost era is over. So, yeah. Quite the interesting weekend, though.
Did you guys see North Carolina snuck out another win?
Is
On
the
the road.
Sun Belt the best Group of 5 conference?
Right now, absolutely.
No.
I mean,
Is the Sun Belt the best conference?
They have the best wins.
Yeah.
Do we need to replace the Pac-12 with the Sun Belt?
Outside of Ohio State beating now unranked Notre Dame, I mean, name a better win than what the Sun Belt did Saturday. Number 6 A&M, number 5, right? Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I know they were lower, but
No,
preseason number 5.
11, I think they were when they got lost.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, and then you had Georgia Southern getting coaches fired. So I mean, that's like $4 or $5 million in appearance checks, and they run the table, go 3-0.
Yeah.
So one of the more impressive G5 weekends maybe ever, honestly. Just given the 3 teams they beat.
And it makes sense why they pay smaller teams. And it's not necessarily for like a win, but like it kind of is. But like normally when you schedule big teams, like obviously they want a home and home for the gate revenue. So you're just like paying them a portion of the gate revenue for them to come here, like to your school, and not have a home and home.
Right. It makes up for not returning the favor and going to their place, which the ACC should start doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize till now.
Yeah, but they took full advantage of it. They went in, got a bag, got a dub.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ruined some seasons.
I mean, yeah, Notre Dame is just dead.
Made some babies. How many babies 9 months from now are going to be named?
Name what?
Chase Bryce.
How many babies 9 months from now are going to be named Chase Bryce?
A lot.
Let's ask him.
I mean, Boone was. I don't know if you guys saw that video.
Yeah, all
and
1,000 people.
There's 2 massive crowds meeting in the middle of what I assume is downtown Boone. Just electric stuff.
Yeah. Downtown Abbey.
Luke Combs.
Yeah, and the team apparently was stuck in College Station because of the plane, so they ended up flying out at 5 a.m. the next morning.
Why?
Some mechanical issues with the charter plane, so they didn't get out of College Station until like 5 a.m.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, they were sleeping in the lobby and like hallways and stuff. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Went back to the hotel and obviously,
got out NCAA, then they had to go to school on Monday. No shot. They went to class.
No, I bet they canceled classes.
They canceled classes?
Yeah. I bet they did.
No.
I didn't hear that, but I would believe it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Everybody there probably has a blood alcohol level of like 0.8 right now.
0.8? Really?
0.08, whatever the limit is.
There you go.
The decimal, anyway.
Where you were right on picks, Jacob. Matt Campbell and the Cyclones went into Iowa, got the win. First time during his tenure they've beaten Iowa. First time for the team since 2014. I didn't watch much of that game. It was 10-7. And
does Iowa have an offense?
No. I mean, they're coming off 7 points against an FCS school. So
hot seat. The offensive coordinator at Iowa, who subsequently Kirk Ferentz done.
I was about to say he's not going anywhere but up there.
Yeah, he's waiting.
Job security.
Right. I mean, you mentioned
Kirk Ferentz will retire before he fires his son, so his son can be coach.
Right. No, there will be a Ferentz there for the next 60 years.
Yes.
So.
Yes. He's kind of earned it too. So.
You described the game-tying field goal Iowa had pretty well as hurricane conditions, and it's Iowa, so of course it didn't go in. It wasn't even close. So
Kirk Ferentz makes $7 million a year. That seems like a lot.
For an Iowa offensive coordinator.
Yeah. Wait, no. I'm talking about the head coach.
Oh, for the Iowa head coach.
I'm sure Junior does just fine, if I had to guess. One of the crazier games of the weekend that I didn't watch a snap of. I don't know if you guys caught any of this on Twitter after it, but Eastern Kentucky beat Bowling Green in 7 overtimes.
I can guarantee you I did not watch that.
I don't know where I would have watched that beyond the highlights I saw on Twitter. At one point, Eastern Kentucky tried to O-lineman in the flat, I think.
That's when you just get weird.
What else did you guys see over the weekend from the college slate?
Not a whole bunch. I mean, Arkansas beat South Carolina. That was just a ugly game in general.
Woo!
Yeah, the late in that game, it seemed like Rattler was trying to just stun the world, and I swear that last 10 minutes or so lasted an hour and a half.
It was,
not enough.
Yeah, my family that are Carolina fans, the world's ending for them. So I think they got two guys, a defensive end and a linebacker just got out for the season. So their world's falling down.
Say what you want about Clemson athletic training and the injuries that we have, but we don't have a lot of season-ending injuries.
That's true. We've got Adam Randall coming back from an ACL.
No, we have
too.
career-ending injuries
Oh yeah, tell that to Mike Williams, who just signed a bag.
and didn't do shit this weekend.
Yeah, I was about to say he had a nice little walkthrough on Sunday. But
Well, do we want to get
job,
into some
guys.
NFL?
Good segue.
yeah, let's
Yeah.
flip the script.
That's John Cena.
I was about to say.
Really?
Yeah.
Do the
It's
rock
bum
intro.
bum bum
He's a
bum.
football
It's the
player.
other way.
Yeah.
You went the wrong way.
Oh. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Bum bum.
Ba-ba-ba-ba. This is week 1 of the NFL.
Yeah, talking about Texas got robbed.
And
The
we're off.
Texas got robbed. The Panthers got literally. I mean, that was grand larceny. I don't understand what.
It
amount
doesn't
of
matter.
money.
The field goal was good from 96 yards. That's what Amazon Web Service told me. That kick was good from 96 yards.
But it
It
should have been
10-second
from
runoff with a
96 yards.
15-yard penalty.
The
Bailey,
roughing the
A 10
passer
it was not a
was
15-yard
atrocious.
penalty.
Or 10-yard penalty, whatever the intentional
Intentional
ground. It's a
grounding
10,
is a loss of downs
Loss
from
of
the
down.
spot of the foul.
it was, and it should have been a 10-second runoff too, because he right. And there's
timeout
13
doesn't
seconds.
matter.
There might be a contingency
have a
late.
timeout.
I don't know.
They didn't have a timeout. They ran the kicker on the field. Panthers called a timeout. No, nobody called a timeout. A delayed spike. A passer, after delaying
Oh right, yeah,
his passing action for strategic purposes, is prohibited from throwing the ball to the ground in front of him, even though he is under pressure, no pressure from defensive rushers. So
Yeah, I know what intentional grounding is.
I'm just letting the people know that a fake spike should not count.
yeah. I think the
But
roughing the
it's-
passer was a worse call, to be fair.
But
Uh,
what's the rule? Like, what's the penalty? If it's if it's loss of down from the spot of the foul, then it doesn't matter.
I'm looking it up.
What did Jameis Winston get?
Nothing. Or
He had the same foul. He did the same thing.
no, it's because
I know why, because he went out of bounds and
yeah.
you're not allowed to spike a ball after going out of bounds.
Penalty for intentional grounding, loss of down at 10 yard from the previous spot, or loss of down at the spot of the foul, or if the passer is within safety. So what determines if it's a loss of down at 10 yards or
Probably
a loss
whichever
of down?
one's more.
yeah. I had to guess.
Yeah, I see what you mean. When it's not like a, so that would have been a 10-yard penalty
Yeah.
and loss of down, and the clock would continue running.
Right.
So yeah, either way, I mean, yeah, you're right. That field
It
goal
was
was
good
from
from
80.
97 yards.
Yeah.
Cade
Oh.
York, the rookie, just that's a debut.
Granted, the Panthers had no business being in that game, but still, like when you come back and you lead the game late, and it's like, yeah, I want to win that now.
Right.
So, fire Matt Rule.
No. If the foul occurs less than 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but more than half the distance to the goal line, the ball is to be placed at the spot of the pass. So it wouldn't matter.
The field goal would have been further, is the end all be all.
But the thing is that if there was a 10-second runoff, so that's the key.
10-second runoff.
I don't know where that's.
But he's trying to stop. Anyway. A no call that should have been called, because I mean they threw the flag and then picked it up. So, but yeah, we couldn't stop anything when it comes to running. So
Yeah, Kareem Hunt had a day.
Kareem Hunt had a day. Chubb had a day. We had like the second most missed tackles or something like that. I don't know. It was a bad day.
I got bad news for you. Next week it's Saquon, so it's not gonna get much better from.
And he looked good,
rushing.
boy.
Yeah, he did.
He looked, I mean, that game. I don't know if you saw the end of that game. That was a 4 o'clock one, but I mean, Dayball going for 2, giving it to the best player on the team, got in. Now the Titans did go straight back down the field with almost no time left. We saw it like 6 times Sunday, but Randy Bullock wide left from 47 yards out.
Dayball and Bullock.
Dable and Bullock.
You heard that?
Yeah.
Bailey?
He said-
Dayball and Bullock.
when he said Bullock, I was like, when he said Bullock,
I
I
let
was like,
the Dayball slide.
I mouthed it out myself. I'm like, Bullock.
If he made kicks like that, I would know how to say his name.
Our kicker's bad, or our kicker's good.
Kickers
Will
are
Lutz
bad for
won
the
the game. Young Wei Koo had a 60 3-yarder get blocked to try and that Saints Falcons game was wild too.
Yeah, Saints had no reason, but it was the Falcons choking. So
Right, it was the Falcons in the fourth quarter up 2 touchdowns. There's no lead that's safe. We saw them blow a 25-point lead to Super Bowl, so we should not be surprised.
yeah, they've blown like a ton of leads. Remember that one with the Cowboys a couple years ago with the onside kick?
The Chargers did it to him once too. It's
Yeah.
Bears play the Niners literally underwater. That game alone should get the Bears that new stadium, literally immediately.
Remember when I said something about their field being in shambles after all the concerts they had? Because we were talking about that on the Slate show.
Oh yeah.
And then a monsoon.
Yeah, I mean the sideline paint job was atrocious. The field was under like an inch or two of water. It looked like. But Justin Fields and the Bears, I think they were 7-point underdogs. Yeah, it was one of my picks in the Slate show. And,
Yeah.
They got it done outright, 19-10, and the definition of an ugly win.
Yeah. That was big for Fields, obviously. I mean, a lot of question marks coming in with him this season, but
I mean, he escaped Matt
got a
Nagy,
big win.
so
Yeah.
yeah. Seems like a different kind of feeling from that team. And we saw Mitch Trubisky as well win a game free of his former coach.
That was a
but
wild
that game. Joe Burrow have a worse debut. I don't know if he could if he tried.
Don't talk about Joey B, baby.
Well, Jamar Chase still had a game.
Yeah, Jamar Chase, in spite of his quarterback turning it over 4 times.
That was the best non-catch.
Yeah, I wanted that to be
until
so
Deontay
much.
Johnson late in the game.
Yeah, Deontay Johnson, one-hander on the sideline very late in the game. Just incredible stuff from the receivers there. T. Higgins left with a concussion.
R.I.P.
Unfortunately. But the Bengals, despite that and 5 turnovers, still had an extra point to win the game.
But they were
get it done.
They were down to like their tight end as a snapper.
Oh, was it
right?
Really?
It was, yeah.
Like the last 3 field goals, extra point or something like that. They were down to next to nothing. Because I think their long snapper got hurt.
I think he tore his bicep, if I'm seeing the right. There was a long snapper that tore his bicep, and I believe it was Cincinnati's.
Speaking of torn upper bodies,
J.J. Watt. He doesn't want to have surgery.
Yeah, he's getting second
TJ
opinion.
Watt,
yeah, TJ.
Why do you need second opinion on a torn pec? It's like, yo, it's
no, like it's second opinion to like if he needs surgery, stuff like that.
Wait, remember Austin Bryant?
We'll see what he's doing now.
He was in there.
Did he make the team? He made the team, right?
He was playing Sunday, yeah.
Starting.
Yeah.
He blocked a field goal in preseason.
Big Hard Knocks guy. Yeah, that Detroit team impressed me.
No, it doesn't.
I'm pissed.
Me.
They pulled the Stanford a bit. They scored twice late, make that game a lot closer. But they had
they backdoor covered me
to get the ball
back. I don't think they made any improvements this year from last year. They're like the same damn team.
Last year they lost 48-10 to an Eagles team this good, at least on offense.
St. Brown's going to be a stud.
Him and Swift as a duo.
Equanimous.
Yes.
Raw.
Both of them scored within like minutes of each other.
Is Equanimous St. Brown? Is he on the Packers?
No, he's on the
Browns. Or the Bears, I think.
Bears.
Bears.
Yeah, they score within like literally 3 minutes real time. That was pretty cool to see.
Their dad that definitely gave them steroids as a kid.
The Patriots bad season now looking like a brutal season. Mac Jones.
How quick
hurt his back.
They go to Bailey Zappi?
They might have to this week because Mac Jones may miss time with a back injury. Apparently it was spasms, but
Brian Hoyer's still there?
I don't know.
It seems like he's been there for 10 years, so hopefully. He might be the practice squad guy. I'm not sure, but they have the Steelers next, so that's going to be a big injury bowl.
That'll be a win for the Patriots. Whatever the line is, I'm betting Patriots.
I think it's in Pittsburgh as well.
The only problem with that is that the rocket scientist guy, he's the offensive coordinator.
Matt Patricia.
Yeah, Matt Patricia.
Wasn't he a D coordinator?
Yeah,
that's why his play calling ain't great on offense.
How? Why? I don't. Never mind. Ask stupid questions, get stupid answers.
Belichick makes all the calls, and that is one of them. So.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, why is he? How are you gonna take a failed coach that was a D coordinator and stick him on offense? Like that doesn't.
He's a really good D coordinator. He's terrible.
Yeah.
Because it's the genius of Bill Belichick as it crumbles without Tom Brady.
Is quickly going into senile old coach past his prime.
Yeah, so they head to the Steelers, who may have Najee Harris. He had a knee that was bothering him.
It doesn't matter.
Sunday.
I thought he came out
the
in a
Steelers
boot.
can't run the ball.
I mean, I think the Steelers win that game at home, but
I'm
looks
going
like
Patriots. So let's
ESPN
add that to
saying
the Slate show.
ESPN. All right, I'll be there. Oh yeah, it's a 1 point spread, so it'll definitely be there.
Okay.
Looks like a CBS game in the early window next week, but maybe Bailey Zappi against Mitch Trubisky. I know which way I'm going on that in the Slate show, and it's not the Patriots. I'll say that.
Fine, man. I'll go for.
You guys want to elaborate on your Raiders pick and Derek Carr and his 3 interceptions?
Yeah,
or-
I mean, we really looked good. If we limit the turnovers continuing
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
the season, we're
And
gonna go 16-1.
And throw the ball to somebody other than Devontae Adams.
He had 140.
Yeah.
We had nothing for him. I will say that he's
I
still
don't
the
think-
best receiver in the league.
Yeah. Justin Jefferson.
No, it's
Jamar
it's
Chase.
still Adams. It's definitely
Adams.
no. Jefferson's better than Chase, so that's all. That's just not true.
That's a take. That is a take.
One had
That's a
150 and a half. So let's.
Yeah, he ended with 160. The other one had 130. Like, ugh.
I mean, who should have more? The guy with Burrow, or the guy with Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
One of them's playing Minka Fitzpatrick. The other one's playing whoever the Packers have.
Jair Alexander.
Who's
Jair.
hurt?
Yeah, he's hurt. Oop.
Yeah.
When is he not hurt?
Against
Move away.
Clemson.
Oh, fuck that dude. God.
Hey,
But-
But yeah, Chargers. They did really try to give that game away.
He had 17, or Adams had 17 receptor targets that game, or something like that.
Yeah, he had 140 receiving yards and a touchdown. Khalil Mack.
Devontae Adams may hurt Hunter Renfro's next contract.
Devontae Adams will not be there the next time he gets paid. So
Hey, Hunter Renfro's contract 2 years from now.
I thought he just signed a contract.
Yeah,
just
2
got
year,
paid.
like 36 million or something.
Was that?
Oh,
I thought. I thought. Yeah.
Or it might have been like 3 for 36. It wasn't.
Yeah,
that
we'll look
long.
it up.
Max 3 years.
2-year extension.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. He still may not be there, to be honest.
Worth 32 million, including 21 guaranteed.
But yeah, Jacobs got Khalil Mack with 3 sacks, including the game ender, or what ended up being the game ender. He may
back
be
to
old,
week,
but he's
Khalil
he's
Mack.
not done just yet.
Dead.
Khalil Mack and Bosa on the same line.
It was extremely fun to watch, not being against it. I'll say that.
Grayson, I thought you were gonna poop your pants.
So
I was very not happy. They tried to lose, but
sticking in the AFC West, did we just completely forget that Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league?
Not the best quarterback in the league. I don't care.
yeah,
What you say.
that Chiefs
Great job.
offense. Do they even need Tyreek Hill? I mean,
Okay. No, I think they're better without Tyreek Hill. I watched a YouTube video on it. It's very
Bless you.
if Aaron Rodgers makes that, if that receiver catches it in the first quarter, it's a completely different ball.
yeah, if Dobbs
Yeah, that's
catches
true.
the bomb, that changes that entire game
Yeah.
completely. He had a lot of preseason hype because there's not a lot of guys for him to beat out in Green Bay, especially with Lazard hurt and missed week 1.
Yeah,
but,
is Amari Rodgers dead?
I'm looking up his stats now.
he
if he
starts
had
at
any.
returner?
on the
I know
field.
that.
He did not play.
He didn't return either.
No receptions, no targets, no yards.
Going.
Me to play.
He's on punt return. I thought.
I mean, ESPN does not have punt returns.
Drum pick. Shut up.
So
Yeah, I mean that game, the Vikings. I mentioned Justin Jefferson with one of the better halves. 152 TDs. Could have had a third if he had just barely toe tapped.
I
But,
hate Travis Kelsey.
I mean that's their best receiver. He's been the best receiver. Even when Tyreek was there, he's their best receiver.
Yeah.
Are you kidding
I
me?
hate him. I hate how he runs. He runs like he's a turtle shell on his
He's
back.
gonna have 200 yards on Thursday. I'll tell you that because Darren Waller gashed us over and over and over again,
Did he?
and
Did he
he's
really?
twice as good as him. So yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, I don't know about twice.
Travis Kelsey is the best tight end in the league. So
I don't know about that
As
one there.
a
Chief.
partially a product
I
of-
don't know about that either.
with Mahomes throwing to him. So
I still don't know.
who's
a better
tight end than him?
Darren Waller.
No.
If Darren Waller had Patrick Mahomes,
Right,
he would have
if,
9,000 yards a year.
I think
he
it's like
doesn't.
I think the tight ends are like 1A, 1B, 1C.
Kittle would be up there. If
we
he
didn't
stayed
see Kittle.
healthy.
Yeah, if he was healthy, he'd have. Mark Andrews is
Mark Andrews is also really good.
1A, 1B, 1C, 1D. Like,
There's a clear top 4.
and that is a close top 4 too.
I would
I
take
would-
in this order. Waller. Who was the other one? Kelsey, Andrews, and who else?
Kittle.
Kelsey. I would take Waller, Andrews, Kelsey, Kittle.
All right, now pick Carr, Mahomes, Lamar, or Trey Lance.
Okay,
Pick
let's
one of
see.
those four.
Carr, Mahomes, Lamar, Trey Lance in that order.
So 3 picks over 5 TDs. Is that what we're going with?
We're not talking about week 1, Grayson. We've already established this at the start of the show.
What week has Carr ever been better than Mahomes? Like in his life?
No, really? What about that week that they beat them that one time?
Was that because of Carr or because of Jacobs or Waller?
What about week 17?
Oh, what's up?
First of all, we would have beaten the Bills if we had the playoffs. Second of all, it doesn't matter because we beat them and we proved Derek Carr is not good, and Daniel Carlson won that game, not Derek Carr. So,
Out to my kicker.
Justin Herbert MVP. If Josh Allen stops destroying top NFC teams every week.
What happened to Keenan Allen?
Hamstring pull. We will not have him Thursday, I would imagine.
It is so stupid that the NFL plays games 4 days after.
Well,
especially that game.
Yeah.
The 3 times Mahomes and Herbert
yeah,
had played.
Chargers Chiefs should not be on Thursday night.
Why
games
did they move it to Friday night? Wouldn't they get better ratings?
How about Sunday night? How about that? Is that?
No, I'm not talking about
too
this
much to
game in
ask?
particular. I'm like, why Thursday?
I mean,
Because there's
true.
sometimes some good college football games on Friday.
When?
I don't know, but I mean,
Wait,
Luke
I
was
mean,
playing back-to-back
I would
weeks.
say the college football slate on Thursday is substantially better than the college.
You could put Texans Jaguars on Friday night, and it would murder every college football game.
It would do 30 million people.
No, I agree. So 3 games: Herbert versus Mahomes, 2 in overtime. The other one decided with 20 seconds left, so it should be a good one.
Can't
I
wait till
hope.
the NFL decides to put games on Saturday. Like, all right, screw you, NCAA.
They do
Yeah.
around the Christmas holiday some years.
Right, well, that's when college isn't playing.
That's when bowl games are, and there's one a day. But yeah, did you say something about Jacksonville? Did I hear that?
I was just saying you could put any 2 bad teams on a Friday night, and it would destroy the college football game. So.
Let's get into it. Is Jacksonville a bad team?
Travis didn't look terrible.
Travis looked awesome.
Travis,
Yeah.
If he could catch the ball, would have had several touchdowns.
Well, one was an overthrow.
Yeah.
Right. The 4th and goal was completely on him, unfortunately.
He got hit.
Yeah, and after that he got
boy.
popped. I think interestingly enough, slate show wise, his receiving total got bumped back below his prop line after he lost that ball backwards out of bounds. So
Really?
some people not happy. Yeah, the ball popped out, went 6 yards backwards, and went under.
Oh,
on his
so they
prop,
called it.
and
They
then-
called it a catch and then a fumble.
Yeah. So.
Mm.
Felt bad.
But yeah, he's gonna be a weapon. I mean, he's gonna
Oh no, he's
give it a
gonna
game
be
or
fine.
two.
Yeah, he'll be a weapon. Yeah, he'll be a
A
weapon.
lot of James Robinson. Some people in the fantasy community not happy with that, but
Well, I mean, game 1.
right. I think we do see
Yeah.
ETN eventually overtake him.
Your boy,
workload-wise.
Your boy Walker had a pick, Jacob.
Yeah, he did.
Trayvon.
Trayvon Walker.
What's up, my guy?
You're just. I think during the draft you were talking about him. I don't remember. What?
My Georgia or Jacksonville guy?
You were saying it was either that or N'Kobe Dean, one of the two. Like you said
Might have
one.
been Dean.
Yeah, you said is N'Kobe Dean dead?
Yeah, it's N'Kobe Dean. Yeah, why would I say is Travis Walker dead?
I don't know.
Speaking of dead, how about those Dallas Cowboys?
When I die, lay me 6
Yeah.
feet under.
You want to watch a team season end in 60 minutes? Go back and watch that game from last night.
That game sucked.
We
Healthy
got Cooper
Dak
Rush, baby, for the next 4 to 5
looked
weeks.
awful. The Cowboys offensive line might be worse than Cincinnati's last year and this year.
Cincinnati's offensive line is still not good.
And then Dak gets hurt. The offense is somehow better. So a little bit of the Cade effect from our first game. But
Yeah, do I need to trade CD Lamb?
I would look into it
Yes.
because
Yes, if you can trade him right now, his value will not be higher.
no, I don't think it will be.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Dak's going to miss at least a month. He had hand surgery or will have hand surgery early this week, I would assume. And yeah, the O-line without Tyron Smith, I hesitate to even call it an O-line because it did not block anything. Bengals actually go to Dallas next week, so take every rushing under in your sportsbook of choice because
Take rushing under or rushing over?
under, because there's not going to be any blocks in that game whatsoever.
Yeah, but Dallas ain't gonna pass the ball.
Are they going to run the ball? They did neither last night.
How much? What did Zeke
Leonard-
have?
Leonard Fournette outran the Dallas backfield last night, and he is
Really?
on 20-something touches. But yeah, he had 127 yards, I think.
Interesting.
But yeah, 19-3 Tampa. Brady. He did lose Chris Godwin early, who I think was rushed back a bit.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Hamstring. Julio Jones, impressive early, really, really fast. Looks like he might have his burst back like Saquon, but
TB12 method.
He left the game at some point as well, I think. So
Yeah.
it was Mike Evans early and Mike Evans often when Brady could get it to him.
Well, that's their whole offense though.
Right, him and Godwin as a duo, maybe the best in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree.
And they're healthy, but yeah, new addition Julio Jones made an impact now. I think he had the longest catch of the game.
Yeah. Almost had another, but dropped it.
I
Right.
thought
Granted,
Julio Jones was gonna die after that.
Yeah, not a graceful fall on that play. But yeah, so the Cowboys, they start a week ago. They're co-favorites to win the NFC East, and some people's
Now, who's
NFC
favorite?
Championship games, and now they look like a 5-win team.
Who's the NFC
Dead.
East favorite now?
Eagles.
Philly.
What?
100%.
Oh, I
I
forgot
don't
that.
know. I mean, Carson Wentz threw 4 TDs Sunday, so who knows? But
Also,
no,
3
it's Philly.
picks.
I'm on the Jacksonville Jaguars train, but it was still the Jaguars.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to see a stark improvement week
But-
1 from that team.
It was
Better than last year.
the temperature was 73
Yes.
degrees up there, so. And
that's-
Carson Wentz is Mr. 73 degrees. So
Shout out Stat Hole Sports.
Yep.
What else we got, boys?
That's
It's not every
Pretty
game.
much the NFL slate, I
What was the
think.
Thursday night game?
Thursday night was
Uh,
Bills all over the Rams.
Yeah, Bills. We don't might need to talk about that game. They're going to the Super Bowl.
Bills ran.
Bills 49ers.
Yeah. See, I did win sets yesterday. I had Tampa minus 2.5 and the money line, so
Yeah.
I had to come out positive.
My back is hurting a bit from going 5-1 over the weekend and
Shut the fuck
carrying
up.
the podcast.
Harrison,
But
how
About
was your
time he
week
did
before
something.
That?
What?
How was your week before that?
when I had COVID, I was 0-3.
Okay, all right.
You gonna knock COVID or
What's
Like I
harder to
said,
bet, NFL or college?
college, 100%.
College.
College.
Okay, just I'm making sure we're all on the same page.
No, it's college. In basketball and football and whatever other sport that crosses that, baseball, if that's even a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing on Barstool Sports.
Not Bovada until postseason.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
I
might
don't-
only be postseason too.
that's where I draw the line currently. But
College, you're not that degenerate.
no, no.
Let's see. Yeah, I think we.
Yeah, that's a weekend of back-to-back slates of football. We've got about a
Breaking
over a
news!
dozen
Breaking
more,
news! Breaking news! Breaking news! Breaking news! Are you ready for this?
I think.
Mike Trout just hit his 7th
It's
in a
not
row.
gonna be any.
No,
Oh,
he did.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, he did. He just did it, dude. He just hit his 7th in a row for you guys to tie it up 4-4.
To how far y'all back?
That's not, hey. You know what we don't have? Kenley Jansen. Shut up.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
know who we do
You know
have?
who we have?
Marcelo Iglesias.
What do you do? Waste him?
No, I mean,
Y'all paying
Some pretty
$20 million a
solid-
year to get the 7th inning lockdown. You have like the worst
16,
closer in the last
16,
month.
16.
Yeah, well, inflation.
remember when Snit said that Kenley was going to take a break from closing, like last week?
Hang on, I'm watching this.
Did you
That
guys
ball
see
is
his,
destroyed.
did you see his comment last night after the game that Kenley leaves the league in saves and therefore,
Sergio
Oh
Allen entered
my
the transfer portal.
God, that is dead center.
What?
Sergio
Really?
Allen entered the transfer portal.
Well, he hasn't done anything, so.
Isn't he like a kind of a big time recruit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
put Trout in the playoffs, you cowards.
I think he came in with
Yeah,
Trenton.
Top 100 fit, top 150.
The linebacker.
Everybody.
Yeah, he did not pan out.
5 snaps.
We skipped over this, but DJ had his best QBR rating this weekend, so
I don't care.
I've watched the Notre Dame game and I watched the Furman game. Fixed QBR.
I don't care. Yeah,
Because-
what the hell is
Yeah.
QBR?
I know Iowa's QB had one that was like 1 last week, which
That makes
okay,
sense though.
but whatever the hell was quantified Saturday to hire
Hang on,
Notre
let's
Dame
Google.
is just wrong.
Oh,
The
no,
metric
that's
takes
completely.
into account all the quarterback's contributions to a game, including passing, rushing, sacks, penalties, touchdowns, and turnovers. Each play is weighted based on its difficulty, the context of the game, and the strength of the opposing defense.
So it takes in defense too?
Yes, I don't know. I kind of like it now.
I guess if
So-
you count opposing defense, then
He went 231. Crap, where'd he go? Where'd
that
he go?
degree of difficulty is like negative. Talking about Furman. I mean,
Ooh, it's a 4-4 ball game in the Angels. You know who started?
old Reed Detmers,
Grayson's rookie of the year. That is correct.
Rookie of the Year, Cy Young. We'll give Otani MVP.
Give him all.
there.
Hey, he threw a no hitter, so you can't take that away from him.
No,
Nope.
you can't. You know who else has? Nobody. The Mets did a fake one.
Is that
Doesn't
true? He's the
count.
only one this year.
Yeah.
Solo.
Okay.
So
all
all
right,
team no hitters are fake?
sure no one's listening by now.
Ones after tragedies count. The ones the Mets do not.
I can kind of get on board with that.
Yeah. I
It's
agree.
also the Mets. I mean, that's the
Who's-
Brandon
Bailey, who's
Nimmo
your-
of
who's
no
your
hitters.
MVP?
MVP.
Who's your MVP. Don't try to incite Grayson. Just.
Judge.
All right. Well, this is Bailey's last week on the podcast. No, I'm kidding.
This is gonna be and turn into a duo after this week.
I'm telling you.
You're a
I'd
moron.
let you both.
You're a
proud-
moron.
I'm sorry.
let
You're an
both-
idiot.
I know.
Thank you, Jacob, for speaking what I'm thinking. I did, let you
What?
two proudly and publicly pick the Raiders
Judge!
against my Chargers. So, differing opinions are fine. Just know that they're wrong. Is all I have.
How many times have we seen a guy do what's going on this year? Oh yeah, it's 0. How many times have we seen a guy hit 55 home runs? I don't know, a lot.
How many times in the past 12 years?
How
I
many
don't
times
care.
in the past 200?
Like 6.
Yeah. It's not in the 2000s.
If Roger Maris can do it, it's not hard. That's the way I look at it.
Boom.
I've watched this
Okay,
home
let's be
run like
rational.
80
Let's be
times, and it
rational.
goes further every
Let's
time I
be
watch it.
Let's be rational. Let's be rational. Why, Bailey?
I think it's more just the New York media bias. Like, I know, obviously, I know.
You live in Lexington, South Carolina. It doesn't leak to you. The New York media bias does not leak
It's
to
the
you.
East Coast. I see more on Judge than I do Otani on half of my social media.
You
I don't
follow
care
the
if-
wrong people.
I'm
That's
just
true,
saying
too.
what I see. I'm saying what I see.
I don't care if it's the Kansas Angels. There's no way Otani's not the MVP. I don't care if
I
they
know he
play
is, but-
in, like Eastern
If
Europe. I don't
Ohtani
care
was
where
doing
these
this
games
in
are.
Double-A, I think he should be the MLB MVP.
By the way, we
I
have the best AA team in the baseball. Just
Yeah,
but
get him to the pros and see what they do.
Rocket City Trash Pandas.
Hey, shout out Ben Joyce with the 180 ERA in Double-A.
Logan
That's a
O'Hoppe,
strike.
best minor
Hang
league
on.
catcher.
You ready for this?
Don't
Only
ruin
striking
it.
out 11 and a half batters a game.
Decent.
How is his whip 1.3 and his ERA is a 1.8?
AA.
Oh, he hasn't given any up. He is a prime candidate.
Trout is the greatest player of all time. Otani's the MVP, and we're gonna miss the playoffs by 15 games. So yeah, great stuff.
I won't go Trout's the best player of all time, but I will say Trout's
Who-
the best player of the generation. And
This
Shohei
generation,
Ohtani
the
is
last
having
generation.
the single greatest season anyone has ever accomplished. And yeah, you're gonna miss playoffs by 15 games.
Yeah, I mean, if Otani won MVP last year, then how in the hell can he not win it this year?
Right, it's
is my
better.
question. Yeah,
It's better.
I mean, I get like LeBron earned the MVP fatigue thing, but not 2 years in.
Random question.
If LeBron put up 30, 10, and 10, no. This is not equivalent. This is not
No,
equivalent.
it'd be like
This is
30,
LeBron
15, and
putting
10.
up 45, 20, and 20 on the best efficiency numbers you've ever seen.
And being
and then
first
being
team all
like, you know
defense.
Yeah.
So-
and being defensive player of the year and being like, I don't know.
What if Judge were? I know it's not. I don't think he has a chance. But what if he won the
Judge is a
Triple
pitcher?
Crown? No. What if he won the
I
Triple
mean,
Crown?
that gave
don't
Miggy an
care.
MVP over Trout, and he shouldn't have. So there's precedent there.
That's
but
just.
I would be less upset if he had the Triple Crown, but he's not going to. So
The only thing he doesn't have is
The only thing is batting average. He's like 2 points away.
he's 0.7 and Bogarts is 19. 121 RBIs. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
No, I'm just looking at stats now.
I think Judge leads Ohtani by like 200 points in OPS, which I'm a big proponent of.
I don't care.
Ohtani has a 2.5 ERA.
Thank you. Yeah, I was getting there. Speaking of 200, are you kidding me? Yeah.
Give him the Cy
200
Young.
strikeouts.
He has 4 more starts slated, including the last game of the year, which he may not pitch. So watch it while you can, because it will not happen until next year.
Ever.
And then
I'm
after
just
that,
saying I'm
never
not.
again.
In the history of the game.
All I'm saying, if the off chance that I am right, I will
No, I
gladly
think
take
you're
the
right.
praise.
I think you're right because of East
Yeah.
Coast media bias.
Yeah.
But I don't think people are right that vote for him.
No.
Yeah. But you said that's the main reason why I'm going with him.
That makes no sense,
Yeah.
Bailey. We talk about baseball every day.
I know. I just want to
You're
go
not
with.
a casual fan tuning into SportsCenter and ESPN's Twitter.
But that's all. That's what I'm going with. I'm standing by it.
Geography should not decide the MVP. Trout has like 4, and he's playing the same exact place.
Trout also
3, but
Trout is also. Yeah.
yeah, but imagine having better batting numbers than Trout in some spots, and then pitching to a 2.5 ERA. And
No,
then
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Actually, you are because you said Judge.
Also, the Angels have been better than the Yankees in the second half. So
Is that a fact?
yes, it is. That's how bad they are with their MVP Aaron Judge.
Yeah,
and
everyone's like,
But that's the
everyone's
sole
like,
reason the Yankees are still like barely
everyone's
breathing.
like, yeah, everyone's
but
like,
they're like
you can't-
15
you
and
can't give
30
the
in the second
MVP to
half.
Ohtani because
That's what I'm
Angels are a
saying.
bad team, and Judge has like a 1250 OPS in the second half.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh my god, and the Yankees terrible.
Yeah. All right, that's all you got, Bailey Jacobs. There we go.
Yeah.
That's all you guys got for a huge first week of football. I love this time of year. We get college Friday, college Saturday, NFL all day Sunday, and we are about to watch Seahawks Broncos on a Monday night. So yeah, anything else from you two on a great first weekend of football?
Oh, we were ending it.
That's all I got. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So if you want to see how our picks did, mine were great. The other two you can see on Twitter with a warning because it's graphic at how bad they were. At the 10:09, do not doubt the Chargers, and Aaron Rodgers is washed up. Is all you need to know about those picks. But yeah, this will be on YouTube as well. The 10:09 podcast. If you're listening to us, Apple or Spotify, this will be there as well. And yeah, good episode. That's all we got.
Deuces.
Subscribe.